Hey guys, this is your Strawbraery here, bringing you back another video. Today is the day we are introducing a new kind of video here on the channel, in that we are doing a anime review, and I thought what better way to start off this series than with an anime that kind of swept the world by storm last year in Yuri on Ice. For anyone who doesn't know, I've been watching anime since I was a very little kid. Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were my first forays into the world of anime. Of course, I watched them on YTV in Canada, so basically just a cartoon channel that we have here. And then basically I got more Asian friends, specifically Vietnamese, as that's what my school was filled with. And they introduced me to the world of subbed anime, and I've been hooked ever since. And I have very, very few exceptions on, watching dubbed anime. I don't think dub sounds any good for the most part, whereas sub sounds amazing. But besides that, let's move on here. For anyone who does not know, Yuri on Ice is a figure skating anime, and sports animes are generally very good animes to get into if you like seeing character growth. They are definitely far and above a lot of other series when it comes to actually developing the characters and having them grow as human beings. So, with that being said, let me read the plot here. After a crushing defeat in the Grand Prix Final and other competition losses, Yuri Katsuki develops mixed feelings about ice skating and puts his career on hold. He attends college in Detroit before returning to his hometown of Hasetsu in Kyushu. Yuri visits his childhood friend Yuko at an ice rink, Castle Hasetsu, and perfectly mimics an advanced skating routine performed by his idol, Russian figure skater Victor Nikiforov. Oh my. When secretly recorded footage of Yuri's performance is uploaded to the internet, it catches Victor's attention, and he travels to Kyushu with an offer to coach Yuri and revive his figure skating career. With Victor, Yuri aims to win the Grand Prix series against his rival, Yuri Plisetsky. Plisetsky. Man, I'm really bad with foreign names. A rising 15-year-old skater from Russia who aims to bring Victor back to competitive ice skating. So this is a 12-episode anime that did run from October the 6th to December 22nd on Crunchyroll. From my understanding, there isn't really a plan on a second season, but with how well it's done, it would not surprise me if they made one, even if there's no other source material to kind of pull from. They could easily create it, wouldn't have any issues. So what I'm going to do with this review, I'm going to give you guys my score right now, and then if all you wanted was a score, you are more than welcome to leave at this point. Go check it out. If you want to kind of hear the reasonings why, I will definitely go into that. So with this worldly acclaimed anime, brought in a ton of awards, has the dying devotion of fans around the world, I personally give this anime a 6 out of 10. To me, this anime is good. It's not nearly as great as everyone is making it out to be. I definitely have a lot of reasons why, and a lot of them are probably going to make people upset if they are fanboys or fangirls of the show. But I just think that they could have made a bigger effort, and they could have made the characters more realistic. They could have made them more likable. There's just a lot of different things that I believe they could have done differently to really make it a 10 out of 10. But of course, this opinion is like I said, it's my opinion. This review is my opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. So, you guys can go on and let me know what you think of the show in the comments down below. But we're here to listen to my thoughts today. And I'll make sure to respond to your guys' in full. So, 6 out of 10 for Yuri on Ice. Oh boy. Yes, to me, it's a good anime. Don't get me wrong. I did watch it in like a day and a half. So it is a good anime. I just don't think it deserves as much love as it gets. I don't watch too many yaoi anime, which of course just means gay boys. I don't watch much of it, but I've heard there's much better yaoi out there. There's much better sports animes out there. And just in general, to me, it just seems like it was... Everyone's kind of got the gay glasses on, like, oh my god, a gay couple, how cute. And to me, kind of the biggest shock is I don't even see Yuri and Victor, because those are the two that have the gay relationship. That's what everyone's on about. I don't even think they have a gay relationship. I think they're just two open, awkward individuals who don't know how to necessarily interact with others. For Victor, it's very much that Yuri is an inspiration for him to get back into ice skating and loves Yuri's skating, and basically just loves the art form of what he can do in his performances. And for Yuri, it's very much Victor's his idol. It's the reason why he wanted to figure skate. It's the reason he got so good at figure skating. And so it's just two men who are very open with each other and trying to strive to make sure that each other is proud of, one another. This is kind of very in my mind solidified by the fact that they never actually admit or are open about a relationship. There are a couple moments in there where I can definitely see why people would think that they're in a relationship. There's the kiss scene, but in the kiss scene, why is it blocked with arms instead of shown if they're trying to, be like, yay, gay couple? The kiss is blocked off with an arm, as well as it's very much, Victor even says it himself, it was the only thing that he could think of to surprise Yuri more than Yuri did Victor. And that's because Yuri almost pulled off, a very difficult move at the end of his sequence, which Victor wasn't even able to do before. So it's very much, again, it's just appreciation for each other and of what they can do and what they're doing for each other. Like I said, they've never once admitted actually being in a relationship. And the whole ring scene where they get basically promise rings, that's Yuri showing his love and devotion for Victor being his coach. And the only way he can think of, since he's not very good socially, is the most contrived, most overplayed thing in romance, and that's getting rings. Rings have been the forebearing of love since I don't know how long, very, very long time. It's an old tradition. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's because he loves him in the fact that they want to be together. He's trying to show how appreciative and how much he cares for what Victor's doing for him. And at the end of the day, what screams adoration more than rings, right? Honestly, I just can't see it as a proper gay relationship, because if it is one, it's not a good one, because the show is open yet tries to hide it all at the same time. Like, again, why didn't they show the kiss, right? If it's such a big deal, then show it. There's no reason not to show it. We're in 2017, gay couples, lesbian couples, trans couples, pansexual couples, all that kind of stuff. It's not surprising anymore. It should be perfect commonplace where everyone should be open to it. It really shouldn't decide how good a show is or how bad a show is, because a gay couple is just a couple at the end of the day. It's just supposed to be two people who are in love and show each other their love. And because of that very basic definition, I don't see them as a couple. So you can go ahead and, scream blasphemy at the bottom. But of course, again, this is my opinion. And I hope that you guys will respect my opinion like I respect yours. Now, another thing that I have that kind of bothers me about the show is the three main characters. So Yuri, the main Yuri, Victor, of course, the coach, and then Yuri, Russian Yuri, which lovingly gets referred to as Yuri-O, just to distinguish between the two. In my opinion, they're not very good characters. And I spoke about how sports animes have the best character growth and best progression and everything like that. But I honestly felt that as the three main characters, they were a bit weak. I actually found myself more enamored with JJ, the Canadian ice skater, than the other three. And that's not necessarily to say that JJ was a fantastic character either. I think they're all either bland on one end of the spectrum, or they're too over the top and can end up seeming like very self-centered, very selfish, and very dickish at times. when this is supposed to be this huge, like, oh my god, gay love and figure skating, as everyone wants to put it. I just think that they weren't that great of characters. Their growth was, Victor didn't really have any growth at all. Main Yuri had like a little bit of growth, but it's more of, it's not that he gets more confident in himself as a person. It's that he gets more confident in the fact that he can rely on Victor. And to me, that bothers me, again, with the whole going back to this is supposed to be a relationship. You know, like, you're supposed to trust each other. You're supposed to love each other. But at the same time, you're still individual people. And for the fact that he relies so heavily on Victor and what Victor does and having Victor in his life, it doesn't really make him grow at all. Like, he discovers what love is supposed to be, and you know, one of his dances is all about like sexual love. Like, how is just discovering sexual love supposed to make you grow as a character? For the whole part of the series, he's still pretty much a crybaby. He's still, you know, whiny through the roof, and he's definitely not, like, don't get me wrong, they're not good characters, but they're definitely not the worst. I have seen absolutely horrible characters in anime. Don't even get me started on School Days. That's an anime I'll never review because I can't even get past like episode 3 or episode 4. Like, I didn't even make it to the super crazy stuff in that anime. It was just retarded. I just believe that they could have just had a better growth. Like, if anything, the best character who had growth out of the 3 was Yurio. Yurio has the best, because he gets abandoned by somebody who says he was going to coach him. He goes back, he picks up ballet to help increase his dance skills. He literally works to the grindstone. You know, he does it, you know, for his sick grandfather. So when we see his grandfather, we see a softer side to Yurio than we had seen throughout the show. And so, in my opinion, Yurio, out of the 3 main characters, had the best growth. And a lot of the other characters, like I said, they're all right. You know, they're not amazing. They're all right. This show is definitely focused on Yuri, Yurio, and Victor, and they make it very clear by just how front and center those 3 are compared to the other characters. Like, the only 2, like I said, would be JJ and probably Chris, if I'm remembering his name right. This is horrible. I should have taken notes. The Swedish skater. Those are basically the closest to being fleshed out. Now, you know, I kind of bagged on their relationship, kind of bagged on characters, but, you know, the skating's got to be amazing, right? Like, this whole thing is about skating, and yes and no. The skating's amazing. The animation, for the most part, throughout the series is amazing. The art style it's a very nice, very clean art style. It's definitely very easy on the eyes. I'm very particular when it comes to my anime. If I don't enjoy the art style or the animation direction, I will literally just stop watching. Like, I won't even bother continuing on, because if it's not pleasing on the eyes, I don't want to watch it. You know, that's, for me, in anime, that's very much that. And I'll probably miss out on some really good series because of it, but I just can't get over if I don't like how it looks. So, Yuri on Ice definitely has those in the bag. The music in it is fantastic, especially the opening, which, if I can get my editing skills up to snuff, here's a clip of that right now.
Set my heart on fire. Don't stop us now. The moment of June, we were born to make history. We'll make it happen. We'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history.
Like I said, like that intro, I had to watch it every single time because it just grabs you. It just makes you feel like, you know, they're out to make history, which is, of course, what the opening track is called. The songs that they dance to are very good, very heartfelt, very, like, they just grab your attention. So on those 3 fronts, the show's very, very good. So, of course, the skating looks good. The animation for the skating, for the most part, is really good. But my problem is it's probably a little too realistic to how figure skating seasons actually work. So, basically in the show, they always have 2 performances. They have the short program, and then they have the freestyle. Now, the only issue with this is that in real life, I imagine it works the same. You have 1 short program for the whole season, and you essentially have 1 free skate where you might change up a couple of moves. Now, I imagine the reason why it's this is so that you can, you know, keep perfecting, keep getting it better, so that way you're not trying to remember all these steps all the time. The only problem with this is, of course, since we follow around the same characters pretty much the whole time, we see the exact same routines over and over and over and over and over Like, I swear, the On Love Eros free skate program, which is Yuri's free skate program, not only do we see in the beginning episodes him practicing said program to take on Yurio in a competition to have Victor stay, but, and this kills me, we have those, then we have, basically we have the Hasetsu on Ice competition, which is him versus Yurio. We have had a couple of times seeing it before. We'll be generous to this and say once. So we're already at twice. Then we have the local competition. We have the China Cup. We have Restalben Cup. And then we have the Grand Prix. We see the same routine 5 or 6 times, minimal. And the problem is that this is a 12 episode anime. And these routines aren't short. They take up 3 minutes of an episode. Literally the titles for the episode are China Cup for short program. The next episode is China Cup free skate. Then it's Restalben Cup short program, Restalben Cup free skate. So they're not even trying to hide it. They literally are announcing hey, you're going to see the exact same stuff that you saw 2 episodes ago. And to me, that it's I get it. It's probably being realistic to figure skating, so at least there's a little bit of realism to the show, whereas a lot of the show is kind of just out there. Problem is especially in such a short span, it's hard to watch. It gets really difficult to watch, and I know they might throw in a few new facial expressions, a couple new moves, but it's essentially the exact same stuff and the exact same music. Especially, we do get some secondary characters that are differing between the cups, so we do get to see a few different routines. But when we get to the Grand Prix is literally all characters we've seen before, except for one. There's one character that we haven't seen who dances in the Grand Prix final, and everyone else is the exact same, and it's the exact same routines. So it makes it a bit dull in that respect, because I wanted to see some new routines. I wanted to see, maybe a few more characters in the Grand Prix instead of, falling back onto the ones that we had already seen. It's just, like I said, it still looks good. And especially the Grand Prix is definitely if you were to watch anything, watch the first few episodes to see how they kind of build up the story, and then skip right to the Grand Prix episode, because those 2 episodes are where you're going to see the most impressive, the most heartfelt, the most emotional aspects to the series. And those are definitely the ones that you should watch. You could probably skip over the other ones and definitely head right to there, and you're not going to be missing too much, at least in terms of the skating. You will miss a bit of the story, of course, as they do try to build up the story in each episode at least a little bit, but again, it kind of feels wedged in there in smaller moments, like when Victor's dog eats some buns and chokes on them and he has to fly back to Russia. They didn't really change anything except for that. That tiny little bit was thrown in there, probably just to get Victor off the screen for a little bit. Watch the Grand Prix Final, those 2 episodes, because it is 2 episodes, and watch kind of the first couple so that you know what's going on. You can kind of see the setup of how Yuri gets the coach, and Victor is a coach and everything like that. And finally, I'd have to say my last gripe with this show is the ending. I know we've covered a lot of spoiler territories here, but of course this is the ending. So, if you're all right with some spoilers and just don't want to hear the ending, make sure you leave now. Okay? Leave. Okay. Anyways, Grand Prix Final comes along. Yuri literally gets the highest free skate program score of all time. He beats out Victor's all-time grand record. So he beats that out. Does absolutely amazing. Loses to the other Yuri by 0.15. This whole show is literally about bringing in Victor to get Yuri a win at the Grand Prix Final, and he loses to a 15-year-old by 0.15 points. Why? You could have had such a good heartfelt moment. He could have won, said, did it for you. Victor was saying he wanted to kiss a gold medal. Goes in, looks like he's about to kiss the medal, but nope, goes up, kisses Yuri, full on the lips, everyone to see, solidifies their relationship, how much they love each other, the fact that there's no need to hide it from the viewer, and, literally just proclaims his love right there for the fact that Yuri was able to go out and do this. Instead, no, he wins silver. Victor doesn't want to kiss silver. Yuri decides that he's going to skate another year to try and win gold to make Victor proud. And that's pretty much the ending of the series. It does look like at the end, though, there may be potential for a second season, because it looks like both the Yuris are with Victor, so maybe Victor has decided to coach both of them, plus, go back to skating, because he does announce his intentions to skate again to make up for the fact that main Yuri did, get the high time record there. So yeah, that's how the show ends, and to me, that's just a lot of BS, and they really missed out on a moment that could have provided something special. Unless this does go into a second season. If this is going into a second season, then that ending is fine, because they could still save that moment. If they don't have a second season, though, that's extremely disappointing, and it kind of just ruins a lot of the momentum that the show had. So guys, that's it. Like I said, though, it's still a good show. It's still 6 out of 10 out for me. It's not something that I'll rewatch, but definitely the pros are the music, the art style, the animation, and just bringing a light onto figure skating, period. Not a lot of people would even think to watch figure skating. I know I never did, and sports anime does that a lot for me. So if you do like sports animes, I would recommend Eye Shield 21. It does get a little bit repetitive, along the way, but there's also like 141 episodes for you to enjoy. So they do bring in a lot of story and a lot more character growth. So in terms of a gay relationship anime, unfortunately, I can't give a recommendation here, as I haven't seen too much of it myself. So I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there who would give that to you. So go seek them out. And then the cons for me is the kind of relationship. The character growth isn't as much as I'd like it to see. The repetitiveness of the dance sequences and the end. All in all, good, but I don't have the rose-tinted, oh my god, they're gay glasses to make me feel that the show is anywhere close to deserving of a Anime of the Year award. Hopefully you guys don't flog me. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as I will be putting out more of these videos, as well as my weight loss vlogs, unboxing videos, let's play videos, generally just a ton of stuff up here. I will try and do a top 10 soon as well. I think I'm going to write a script for that one, though, because for me to just rant like this without a script has been really hard, and I know I've made a few mistakes, but it's round 1, so it's only going to get better from here. So guys, I'm your Strawbraery. Make sure you hit me up in my DMs, also known as my Strawberry Patch. We'll have ourselves a conversation, and make sure you let me know what you guys thought of Yuri on Ice as well, just because, again, it's my opinion. Yours can differ greatly, and I respect you for yours as long as you respect me for mine. Have yourself a good day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.